Okay, now once again from the start. Uh,
This is
second,
becoming a habit, you know.
no, I think that the biggest problem is that we started using Zencaster, and we are still, as old people, we are still accommodating to the web way of doing things. So different buttons to
You mean
press,
learning,
accommodating.
whatever
Because
you say.
no, in the land of AI, I think that everything should be running smoothly by itself. So I shouldn't be
Bothered.
needing to do anything.
Yeah, bothered.
Yes, but I think that this is one of the things that we should start. And this is the freestyle episode. Let's roll the intro and see what we have to say. Okay, two things. First, start of the semester or end of the semester.
Okay.
And I think that this is one of those amazing things that you and me both agree on. When you are a student, end of the semester is when your brain starts to fry out because you need to take the exams and everything else. For some reason, completely unknown to me, when you're a teacher or a lecturer or a professor, whatever, your brain too becomes to overheat with the end of the semester, and suddenly you start to mix up start and the end, morning and the evening, and so on and so on.
Recording and non-recording.
Yes, it's yesterday I managed to lose my laptop for a while.
Please do tell that story. That one was a funny
Yes,
one.
that was fun. Yesterday I was at a lecture. I was part of the lecturing.
Let's say
Grading
grading and as examination committee for future lecturers.
examination committee for the lecture, and I must say that I am happy to say that the person who was doing the entrance lecture or the starting lecture did an amazing job. I learned something about design patterns in programming.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, which by
Your
itself is
favorite
amazing.
topic.
Yes, I didn't know the topic existed even before yesterday. But then again, the thing was that I was so out of it yesterday that I managed to sit in one row of chairs and then move two rows back and forget my laptop on the table. And then I spent 2 hours looking for it.
Literally 2 hours.
Yes, and then after 2 hours, suddenly the mist lifted, and I had said, "Okay, I know where the laptop is." Went there and just picked it up. So this is just yesterday was just a stupid day. I have no other other explanation other than
No,
it was just a stupid day for me.
it's stupid day for you. You were, for some reason, brain-wise undercapacitated.
No, I was completely brain challenged yesterday. Yes, I was brain divergent.
Brain missing.
Yes,
Brain
it
gone
was.
wild.
Yes, my brain was somewhere else, and I'm completely happy to admit it. And to make things even worse, today I was doing a lecture on
Mhm.
memories, and the one that you actually wrote that has a zillion of slides.
Yes, 100 and something.
Yes, and then what I tried to do, because I didn't pay attention, was I actually tried to do it in one go. And then I realized that I still have some 30 slides left. And then I said, okay, maybe this shouldn't be a lecture for the last day of the semester. But
That's
anyways,
that's me trolling you, but you didn't figure it out yet.
yes. But so, anyways, this has been a rough couple of days when it comes to teaching, learning, and everything else. But on the other hand, you were asking me what's up on Twitter in the last couple of days. And I must say that I have a thing to say even on that topic.
Okay.
Uh, there has been an accident. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to involve current things that are happening in the news.
Hmm.
But for some reason or the other, X or Twitter or whatever the name of the platform is still the best and the quickest way to get the information. The
Okay.
information is raw, the information is completely uncensored, but for some reason, people just go and upload the information as quickly as possible. So if something is happening, usually in a couple of minutes, it is online on Twitter.
Okay.
It's faster than any other platform that I know. And this is amazing because the rest of the platform is complete and utter crap. But the speed in which the news, especially the bad news, spreads on Twitter is amazing. So if you want to be current with something that is happening on the other part of the globe, and you are not afraid to take a risk of going to Twitter and then enjoying the buy this Bitcoin, see this whatever this is, you are completely fine.
Can I go back to a previous topic because that one is requires some comment as well?
Yes.
We had a situation a couple of, I think it was a month ago or so, where one of our students, who usually signs up for the year and then never appears, said actually came to the university for one, let's say, exercise. Specifically, it was a Microsoft-based exercise, so 2 times 45 minutes of non-lecture work, practical work. He spent 15 minutes there, and he said, "I can't really stay. I'm completely burned out." Now, what I draw from that situation is A, he's just somewhere, but B, I think you are burned out.
I'm completely sure that I'm burned out, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it, and I must say that the things have been put in motion that actually make sense. So in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to go for a tourist visit to London, which I'm completely and utterly unprepared for. By unprepared, I mean that I haven't been somewhere as a tourist for maybe 15 years or so, even 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when I need to go somewhere, unless it is over the actual summer vacation, but even then it's just for 5 or 6 days, I usually need to go somewhere where I need to do something.
Okay.
And this time it's just simply tourism. I just want to go there. I want to visit science museums, military museum, and so on. And I just want to go there and be hopefully in a climate that is going to be a little bit less hot than it is here. I'm choosing my words because the forecast is going to be 24 degrees, and right now here is 35 ish.
A little
It
bit
was
less, but yeah, it was very
I think
warm.
that today I got up to 50 in my car. So it took a while before the car accommodated being able to function.
I have something to add to that story.
Yes.
Leaving our student aside, going back to the stuff that you've been doing lately, which clearly makes it quite plain and visible how much burned out you are. Uh, Maybe it's time for you to find some hobbies. By hobbies, I'm not talking about the usual crap that you do. I'm talking about something that you can focus on.
No, thank you. I need to find a hobby that is going to be completely
Chaotic.
dispersed, chaotic, without any kind of focus
No,
whatsoever.
you're not hearing me. I'm not saying that you need to have something technical or whatnot. I think you need to find a hobby that's going to completely consume you. That's what I'm
Mm,
talking about.
but I'm currently working on it. I'm currently working on it, and I think that unfortunately my hobby is going to be trying to actually restart doing some programming.
May Lord have mercy on our souls.
Yes, yes. I actually did, since I had to do, I was doing something and I had to do a web application in Flask in Python. Since I must say that I'm not exactly fluent in Python, but I can actually get along with it. I started doing it, and I must say that I liked it. And the biggest reason is because the what AI did with Python and with programming today actually makes programming. I'm going to go and say fun because if you understand me, it takes the coding part out of programming.
Okay.
And
How
by
can that
coding,
be fun?
no, no, no. I think that we need to reestablish the nomenclature here. So, coders versus programmers. Coders are the guys who are doing the legwork. So, coding functions, coding interfaces, and so on. AI is amazing in coding interfaces. So, if I want to connect to a database, or if I want to do a simple database query, it used to be that I had to think about it. Now I can just describe what I need to do and it is done in 15 seconds. So I can actually concentrate on actually solving things. So this is the reason why I'm trying to find some time to actually rekindle my long lost fire
Flame. Yeah,
flame.
that's what I was looking for. Now,
So,
on a little bit less of a I'm pulling your nose note. Yasmin is much more fluent in programming than I am, always has been, and that's cool. And maybe the previous university was a part of the decision to stop coding, just like it was with me. It was in a different way when we compared notes, but I'm actually glad that you found that yet again. Maybe you can go back to being actually good at that.
no, the thing is that I lost my interest in coding because, okay, for the same reason that I lose interest in most of the things. I especially hate the boring bits of everything. So when
Yes,
you do
it's called you are a small child who needs fun.
not only this, but I have a huge problem with repetitive tasks.
Hmm.
And for example, if I need to code, I don't know, something, and I can concentrate on the algorithm and I can do whatever I need, and then there comes a time when I need to create an interface. Interface coding usually requires you to do some sort of alignment of elements, UI, thinking about where things should be located at, and so on and so on. This is the worst part of any project for me because I have zero interest in design, and even worse, I have zero interested in clicking and trying to align pixels to the left, to the right, to the center of something, and so on.
And that has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that we used to do HTML 4.0, pages in text editors, and we used to spend gazillion hours trying to make freaking Internet Explorer show pictures and where you actually position them versus where it wanted to position them.
Yes, and this is the thing that now you gave me an idea. Maybe I can ask AI, is it able to create a Internet Explorer 4 compatible page of something?
That sounds
This would be
like
a task.
this actually sounds like a podcast episode.
Yes, trying to create a page that works on the last 10 years of 20 years of browsers.
No problem. I have a huge library of very, very old Windows installed in virtual machines. I can
Yes.
do whatever you want with those.
No, but the thing is that we are actually slowly forgetting or quickly forgetting how awful was it to code back in the day, especially the HTML, because nothing was compatible with anything else. Browsers were completely different when it came to actually displaying and parsing the HTML. And the worst thing, and I really mean the worst thing, is that Microsoft was always trying to one up or one down, more or less, the rest of the market. And what they did is they created their own sets of. Do you remember the Microsoft Java Visual Machine?
Oh, yes.
Do you remember the when they tried to create the Silverlight?
Oh, yes.
Because they disliked the idea of having Flash, so they decided that they're going to just create their own version of it. I'm not going to even go into HTML and CSS and the way that Microsoft was fixing the language. But these were the times when Microsoft was actively trying to undermine the web.
Why are we talking about Microsoft all of a sudden?
No. But I'm just trying to go to the just quickly rewind to today's world, where
Oh, you are rewinding the video cassette of life.
yes, the thing is that today's web doesn't require Microsoft to be completely incompatible with itself.
Okay, it
It
can
just
it can survive uncompatible itself on all its own.
yes, it doesn't need
Yes,
outside help.
yes, it just collapses all on its own. Oh
So
Lord.
the thing is that as well the thing is that I was trying to since I was completely out of coding or designing applications or doing any sort of web programming for the last 20-ish years, I just went and I was trying to understand what are the smart kids they're using these days to create interfaces.
Mhm,
Gazillion and gazillion of frameworks.
mhm.
Framework for framework for framework upon framework based on framework.
Welcome to reality.
Yes, and I'm completely out of it. I must say I'm completely out of it. I was trying to follow a tutorial, and do you remember that game Alchemy, where
Nope,
you need to combine different elements and create another element, and then try to make as many elements as possible?
nope. But I'm gonna look for it. Keep on
Yes.
talking.
So Alchemy. The idea is that you combine different elements and then create a whole set of elements, and that's it.
Oh, I remember now. You actually talked to me about this a while ago.
Yes. So the way that design and creating applications is done nowadays reminds me of this.
Because of randomness of it, or
Yes, but not only because of the randomness, because when you try to look at a project A, and then they describe the dependencies, and then you suddenly see a sea of names completely unrelated to anything else. So Medusa combined with a camel, combined with the frog, combined with something,
thank
and
you
then
for that picture.
it suddenly looks like a medieval recipe for a medicine, not an actual design framework. But no, they are actually talking about design frameworks that people actually use, which is I would go with completely wrong. But on the other hand, this is just the way that the world is. Also, we could create a different episode based on the annoyance of names that have zero connection to what the actual framework does. It looks like that the designers of today's frameworks and designers of today's projects are on the same boat as military planners when it comes to obfuscating the military plans. So, Project Trinity,
Hmm.
Titan,
Yeah, Andromeda,
Andromeda, sailing forwards. So,
Planet X.
yes, so completely, utterly useless names that have basically no sense. And but what I'm glad about is that we have finally dropped the let's skip the vowels in the names.
Oh, really?
Yes, so the names actually have Zencaster is not a good not a good example here, but we are quickly getting over this thing, and I think this
What the
was
hell is this? Is this like a matrix minimization methodology? We could just get rid of all the vowels and everybody's happy.
yeah. I think that this was um, let's do a quasi sociological anthropological analysis of this,
Please
and
no.
and let's say that what people were actually doing, they were trying to do the same thing that Arabic language does. So completely skipping the vowels and just writing the rest of it. And then whatever you use to pronounce the thing is fine.
And then wrote 14.
Yes. Yes, the thing is that I'm when it comes to these things, I must say that there is a huge world that both you and me inhabit that I'm completely fine with.
Hmm.
World of I don't know, SQL servers, Kafka's
No more SQL Server for
puppets.
you. That's done.
No, but SQL servers, Kafka's, Ansible's, puppets, orchestration, containers, Kubernetes, whatever the name is, K8s, K4s, uh,
K-freeze.
yes, and so on and so on. But this is, for some reason, completely fine with me. And then suddenly you realize that there is a whole other world inhabited by Node.js dependencies, things that require you to download 300 megabytes of source
Dependencies.
for the Hello World project and so on.
Okay, going back to the
Which one?
first
Which
mentioned
one?
topic, yeah, which was professors and assistants and teachers and whatever, having a nice time over the summer break, if that's called the summer break, which we need to dissolve into reality for reasons passing understanding today. But I want to ask you something a little bit more somber related to that. Uh, Not long from now, the examination period is going to be done. So we have 3 weeks of examination periods ahead of us, which basically takes us to roughly beginning of the July, first week of July, and then afterwards
You
we
mean
might
June?
July, not June. We are June. Yeah, no, July. We are in June now.
Ah, okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Anyways.
Anyways, yeah, that's the good point on which I can build it on top of. So the noise is going to stop then. Okay, there will be no 100 emails a day. There will be no 20 hours per week schedules of talking to students. There will be no constant, email exchanges and messaging exchanging and discords and whatnot. Professor, can you do this, that, blah, blah, blah. When that happens, and it happens each year because we usually do have at least 1 week of that super quiet period nowadays. We didn't used to have it in the past because of the way in which schedule works, but now for a couple of years we do. Do you ever kind of like find yourself in a situation in which you like consider that silence to be kind of like too loud to think?
No.
You don't have a problem with that.
No, 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 no. I used to have a problem with silence, but I completely
Then I
lost that
shut up.
No, 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 no. The thing was that suddenly when a million souls suddenly stop talking, is the best period of the year, because then I can actually invest some time in the things that are getting neglected the entirety of the year. For example, since I own a house, I need to change pipes, change faucets. I don't know, do cleaning of the windows, painting the windows, preparing for the next year, and so on and so on. So there is a couple of hundred things probably waiting for me for this particular period, and none of those things actually involve any computers.
Mhm.
So I know that I need to do an enormous amount of different small things around the house, and this is probably one of those periods when I can actually, without having any anxiety, stop doing anything and then do something like this. Because what anxiety does for me is that I usually have a problem of, if I'm doing something, I think that I should be doing something else. So always in the back of my mind, I have a feeling that I should be doing something else for some other job that I'm trying to do. So during the summer, it's ideal because I know that the other jobs do not exist currently.
You're completely missing my point because A, you're constantly working around the house and you cannot kind of like
If
not
you own a
notice
house,
that.
that's it.
Yeah, I know, but to the extreme measure in your case. But my actually, what I was referring to is that you should have a little bit of downtime with complete silence without the housework and without any other work, and that you should have that before you go and take vacation and take your family to seaside or whatever you're planning this year.
I have zero idea on how to do this, but we'll see.
You
It's a
think
completely novel territory for me.
novel territory to have a little bit of downtime in silence.
Yes, the silence is deadly.
It's not.
No, I have a small kid. Silence is deadly. Believe me.
Well, then you should maybe make your cute little kid to learn how to stay away when dad is relaxing.
No, 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 no. I'm not bothered with him being able to stay away. I'm bothered with him staying away, being silent, because this usually means
Crap is coming.
something extremely bad is happening.
The complete reversal of life.
Yes, but the thing is that usually parents are not happy when the kid is crying or shouting or whatever, and then suddenly realize that this is much better than the kid being completely quiet in the other room because they have ideas, and the ideas are incredible.
Yeah, of course, imagination. But
For example, one of the last ones. Let's use the ice cream to redecorate.
ice cream to redecorate.
Yes.
I want to see that happen.
No, I don't want to see that happen
I need that in my
anytime
life
soon.
soon. I want to see the chaos of that, playing out in front of your eyes.
No, the thing is that for a kid, I want to go back to being a kid,
No, you
because
don't. You are.
no, no, no. But I have some things that I need to do. At least I need to answer some emails.
Which
I
you
want
never ever do.
today. I must say that this is completely wrong, but I'm going to say it anyways. Today I visited part of our office, and I was talking to a guy who is part of the OPN. You know what OPN is? So the what are they? They are teaching assistants office, whatever.
Mhm.
And I was talking to a guy, and he told me that he sent something over via email to me, and then he stopped, said, "Oh, I understand the problem. Give me a second." And then he went and came back with the paper and said, "Just sign this." I said, "Why? You're going to ignore the email." I said, "Which email?" He said, "Yes, exactly. So just
The
sign this."
the legend is well known by now.
Yes, but I think that I have transcended. I
I'm
have
actually
transcended.
I'm partially working on this as well, but not in your way. I had a chat with. I'm a part of the same process that you are in terms of getting new teachers and assistants and whatnot, but I have a gazillion of them right now playing out in various parallel universes of my time, which is completely linear and exists in one universe. But that being said, I'm not the president of that specific body for every single one of those situations, luckily, which means that I don't have to do the documentation, but I still have to sign it. And today, one of our colleagues, a new one, actually sent me a couple of emails and then a couple of messages on Teams like, "Can you please sign this? Can you please sign this?" I was like, "I have class. If you're in your office a few minutes before 4 p.m., I'm going to come there. You're going to print it out. I'm going to sign it. Just get it ready." Now, because otherwise I would be forced to read a 25 mail, 25 mail email session, reply to all, reply, blah blah blah, and then times 5 or 6 of these procedures that I have in parallel right now, which I have no desire to do. I just want to sign the thing that I need to sign because I'm okay with it and get on with my life. And I was like, if you want me to do this fast, please, for future reference, just print it out and look for me. I'm somewhere here. You're going to get it in 30 seconds. It's much easier that way than to wait for me to open a gazillion emails, read through them, and see what I need to do.
I must
So
say that when it comes to papers and the paperwork, there is something that makes teams slowly relevant. I'm not talking about teams, actual teams, but the this kind of interface that is a combination of both online and offline asynchronous communication, which by itself, when it comes to actual paperwork, is better than having emails. I cannot put my finger on it, but the thing that the biggest thing that asynchronous communication has that is a problem is that there is no way to easily distinguish between different email threads. You need to do it on your side. There is a market for some sort of communication channel that is giving you the ability to use separate channels for separate things when talking to a single person. So imagine being able to push messages using, I don't know, WhatsApp or whatever, and being able to talk to you and say, this is a veteran's personal thread, this is a veteran's business thread, this is business thread that is connected to whatever project it is, so that you can actually send messages instead of sending emails. So there is a huge market for threaded emails based on uh, projects.
I think that we kind of like assembled that technology many, many, many years ago.
Yes, we did, and then we broke it.
Yeah, and it's called Internet Relay Chat.
Yes, but I would go, and this is the first one for me. I would call for a little bit more organized way of sending messages.
Why? Because that's the same thing as all of the other, wannabe messengers have right now.
But DCC send is a great way of sending Word documents. I
DCC
can see a
send, yeah,
future in this.
yeah, of course, it's already happening all the way.
Yes, I can see the future in this. But the
Yeah,
thing is that I must say that in communication, I'm missing the ability of the other party to separate things that I need to know and things that I should know.
the only problem that we have in this algorithm that you're describing is the fact that we cannot say slash kick or slash ban. That's it.
The thing is that we could, but then the other side actually is a little bit annoyed with us.
Who cares?
The other side usually, but the thing is
I
that,
don't.
but okay, so I'm not the poster boy for answering emails or
No,
in any stage of my imagination.
no.
But the thing is that I sometimes need to find the document because I know that somebody sent me a document, and usually I'm trying to find these documents. Finding a document inside emails, especially in people, if people are not particularly taking care of naming conventions or any kind of convention as it is. When you are trying to find a document, the document is hidden somewhere in the thread that is
Mhm.
semicolon something project. uh, this is the thing that actually annoys me. So when somebody sends me an email and says, please find attached something, and then the other email says, okay, now for the real attachment because I forgot the attachment in the previous email. Uh, this is something that actually makes me forget where the project is or where the document is, and then making me completely unable to find it later.
Two
So,
things. Two
yes,
things. First, do you know the all famous, internet famous useless box?
yes,
We need to make a revision of that. That is the unuseless box, which has a small hammer in it. Okay,
okay.
and the hammer would that device would be USB connected to your computer, and it would be programmed to do one specific thing, just one, which is whenever somebody gets close to a reply to all, it uses the hammer on his hand or her hand. So that's the first thing. The second thing, going back to what you were saying about Poster Boy, you are not bad at reading emails. You're bad at replying to them.
It's because I only reply to emails that I find are requiring a reply. And since this is a subjective thing, I simply reply to the emails that I like,
Hmm.
which is fine.
No, it's not.
So I have been. It has come to my attention whatever you sent me in
It
the
has
email.
been brought to your attention. Yes.
So and then I accept the message, and that's it. If it required the actual reply for me, how so be it.
I sent him 9 messages on WhatsApp today before finding the guy outside of the university ranting about something, which rightfully so. But he felt absolutely no, let's say, wish or will or intention of answering to any of my messages on WhatsApp, which never used to happen, by the way.
No. The thing is, the thing was that I was a little bit confused and dazed because of the memory fiasco, and I was giving the lecture on memories, and then I just quickly went out, and I didn't have the time to respond to the messages.
What did your cache become now? Freeway disassociative?
Yes,
Okay, so it's in summer mode.
yes, it's in summer mode, and the thing is that for some reason I'm also missing the ECC part, so there may be some memory corruption.
Well, yeah, Jesus Christ, the metaphors are going to be killer here.
No, but anyways, the things that I'm thinking about doing right now I have embarked on trying to now kidding aside, I have embarked on trying to understand what is the current state of open source projects that are intended to be doing the monitoring of infrastructure. This
Mhm.
is something that I'm try to create an episode on, basically.
But I know a perfect way in which you're going to get up to speed.
Yes, which one?
It's literally perfect.
Which?
You just need to combine what you just said with something that you have to do anyways and write a freaking chapter for the book about it.
Yes, this is the reason why I started doing it, because it required a side quest, because there is no better thing than having side quest when you're writing a book. And the thing is that I was trying to negotiate my way through the monitoring systems.
Mhm.
So Prometheus is the current best solution for everything.
Okay.
And if you ask anybody, the Prometheus is the thing.
Okay.
Except if you're talking about the network, then it's Netbox. Uh, except if you are talking about actually being able to monitor the network, then it's Nagios. Except if you want to be able to actually see what is being monitored, then it's Grafana,
Mhm.
which is completely missing the point of everything. Suddenly, Elkstack comes along and says, "Okay, I'm here also," and
I
then
want to join the party.
yes, and then you have a completely disjointed set of monitoring solutions that are by themselves quite happy to give you just enough information not to know what is happening.
And just enough headache for you to push through it.
Yes.
That
Also,
sounds like a series of videos, not one.
yes. Also, the other thing that I was trying to go through was the alerting part,
Okay.
because I don't know if you have played with alerting software in the last couple of years,
Oh yes.
but there is for some reason I think there is enough frameworks to compete with the JavaScript guys when it comes to alerting. Alert managers, telegraphs, Discord
Telegraph kicks
hooks.
ass, by the way.
Yes, Telegraph, but by Telegraph I'm meaning with an F.
Yes, yes.
So yes, so the
Telegraph agents. That's what I'm discussing.
yes, so different solutions, MQTT solutions, the
Log queuers.
log queuers, basically every conceivable way of trying to get the point across. And what's worse is that almost all of them, in the end, depend on the good old mail sending, and then fail miserably.
Okay, better that than SNMP.
Because the but no, but the thing is that I want to have my messages reliably passed. and
so
I
that you
like
can so that you cannot read them.
no, I just want this brought to my attention. And having a system that is going to send me an email is not a good way of bringing it to my attention, especially if the system is highly customizable in such a way that it is able to send you 10 emails per minute.
I need to sell you something. That's
Yes.
Unuseless Box version 2.
Yes.
It needs to bring stuff to your attention.
I had an idea, and this one is revolutionary.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mhm.
Imagine having a box on your desk.
Mhm.
That box is a huge red light.
Mhm.
You have competing processes on your computer, and each one of them can turn on the red light.
Mhm.
When the red light gets turned on, you are not given a notification who turned it on or which process turned it on.
Okay.
So you need to go through your email boxes, telegraphs, streams, and everything else
Discords, whatnot. Okay.
to find who actually turned the light on.
So you just envisioned a Nobel Prize winning level of time wasting.
Yes, but this is what we actually do in DevOps.
No, we don't.
No, I think that this is the whole definition of DevOps. We usually what we do is we create an environment that is good enough, and then we try to upgrade it.
Mhm.
And then while we are trying to upgrade it, we basically leave the environment that we just created to do its own thing, and then we experiment, and then suddenly we break something, then we fix this thing. But usually the environment, the first environment that we created, just quietly goes along, moves along, does its thing, and that's it. So most of the time, DevOps is just playing with different framework systems and so on, while the framework that actually does its job is working in the background.
Waiting for it to be broken.
Yes, but this is the thing, because you mentioned SNMP.
Mhm.
SNMP actually works.
SNMP is a piece of crap.
Yes, but it works.
No, it doesn't.
No, but it works because the alternative is to install 11 agents on every machine. Usually the agents that are competing for the same process in the same part of the system that every other agent is using, and then you suddenly don't have anything. So
Or you realize that for a lot of money you can buy Visualize Operations Manager or ARIA Operations and everything is fine.
yes, we are going to cover the let's buy things
For
episode
enormous
later.
amount of money, yeah.
No, but I don't think that this is going to. We have come to a point where some of the systems that we are talking about are no longer called subscriptions,
Hmm.
but business agreements,
Okay.
because you are no longer in a subscription model. You have a business relationship with the company.
Oh, you know where you are. You're in the jungle, baby, huh?
Yes. So this is the thing that is bothering me. I was talking to okay, I was talking to a colleague of mine about I was trying to get him to get some help for from a particular company or from a particular set of support guys, and we were talking about the amount and the need for the support that he has,
Hmm.
and we realized that basically when it comes to support, we have come to a point where it is completely normal that if you have three questions to ask, to open three different tickets, those tickets get assigned completely different priorities, and then you spend next 7 days discussing each particular thing in exquisite detail, ticket at a time. So it's so enormously time wasting and so enormously annoying.
That's perfect.
No, I'm going to say with what's wrong with a single person talking to you and trying to help you with the problem? Why am I talking to six different people on three different ticket threads, trying to solve the same problem in three different ways?
Because it makes it possible for them to have a job.
Okay. Anyways, I think that I'm going to do an abrupt thing, and I'm going to get this thing finished for today because I think that we have done what we intended to do.
Which
We
was
we made an episode that is completely un uh,
structured,
unstructured,
rambling.
incomprehensible, rambling, incomprehensible,
Your
and
favorite.
also, yes. So no structure, but a lot of ideas. And I think that it should be called. And you make the point, because this is the end of the episode. So if you have come to this point, you're probably completely lost and don't know what you're doing. But anyway, let's call it just the big red light episode.
The big red light episode.
Yes.
You got it.
Okay, so
Can
thank
I
you.
wait a second? I have to add just one thing, one sentence.
No
It, it's
distance.
it, it's been quite a while since I've seen you laugh like that. By the way,
It's the thing is that I'm so tired. At the same time, I am quite happy with what I did with the light. Uh, if you can see the images, no. The thing is this. I usually look a lot more tired and a lot. I'm going to say the light is usually the problem when I'm creating podcasts. And right now, what you are not seeing is that behind me is something like 300-watt LED light that is pointed in the to the ceiling. So I'm surrounded by extremely bright light that has absolutely no shadows.
okay.
So I actually look good. This is one thing, even better than I usually look. And the second thing is that the semester is finally over.
You are oozing happiness,
It's not the happiness; it's just the weight
relief.
has been taken. The relief, the weight has been taken off my shoulders.
That's good.
Also, I had a therapeutic discussion with a colleague of ours,
Oh,
so I felt much better after it. So right now I'm completely fine with the.
Zen.
I no no I'm aligned with the life now.
Okay. On that note, we can end.
Yes. Okay. See you next time. And I promise we are going to have an episode next time.
No, we can just continue on rambling. Big Red Light episode volume 2.
Okay. So thank you for being me. Whatever. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.